shit in slow motion, yeah. I feel like an astronaut in the ocean, like what you know about rolling down in the deep. When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When the people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion, yeah. I feel like an astronaut. What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion, yeah. I feel like an astronaut in the ocean, like what you know about rolling down in the deep. When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion, yeah. I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. She say that I'm cool, I'm like, yeah, that's true. I believe in G-O-D, don't believe in G-H-O-T. She keep playing me dumb, I'm a player for fun. Y'all don't really know my mental, let me give you the picture like stencil. Falling out in a drought, no flow rain was I'm pouring down. See that pain was all around, see my motives kinda lounge. Didn't know which way to turn, flow was cool but I still felt burned. I'ma feel everything like this purge. Let's just get this straight for a second. I'ma work, even if I don't get paid for progression. I'ma get it. Everything that I do is electric. I'ma keep it in motion, keep it moving like kinetic. Put this shit in a frame, but I know I don't blame everything that I say. Man, I seen you deflate. Let me elevate this in a frame. Have you walking on a plane? Both hands together, God, let me pray. I've been going right around for that reason.
Hey, what's up everybody? How's everybody doing today? Today we are going to cover what's going on in the market and what we should expect. So let's just wait a few minutes, kind of get into everything, and we'll get in there. So good to see you, Dustin. Bullish Jeff, what is going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you guys are coming out. I appreciate the support. We're definitely going to be growing this channel a lot more, so this should get pretty interesting. Pretty excited about it. As I was talking about last week, making a Patreon. I've made progress on that. Actually, I have it up right now. I'll start posting more stuff in there once we start getting some members to come in. And yeah, so I will still post some setups in the OTeach Telegram because, you know, here's my theory, right? So if you guys make money on the setups I post in there, I'll be posting even more setups on my Patreon and other things like that for you guys to make more money. So the subscription should pay for itself, no problem, if you're following directions properly and wanting to actually learn TA. That's how we're gonna run it. So let's do it. But yeah, so talking about Bitcoin, the last live stream we talked about how we were going to see a pullback at some point, and we were currently getting rejected right there at the 200 when that was taking place. And as you see, it comes right down to the 8-day moving average and the R1. Could it go further? Yeah, absolutely it could. If this level cannot hold, well, it's going to go down probably right here to the 21-day moving average, and about 43.8 would be your next level of support, and so on and so forth. If we don't hold that, then we go down to the next level, right? And also these MAs will act as support. So, but do I think we're going to get to that point? I don't know. Not quite yet, but let's let's take this level by level, right? As you can see here, it tried to knock through that 200-day moving average twice, knocked on the door, and nobody answered, so it got turned away, and now it come down to the 8-day moving average and the R1. Now the pivots, I know we're gonna change here really soon. It might be like a day or two, but I could be wrong. Hey, what's up, Archilius? Good to see you. Good to see you. Always glad to see you in here. So I appreciate the support, guys. Absolutely. Can you guys hear me okay? Just want to make sure everybody can hear me perfectly fine. But anyway, so that's what I'm kind of seeing for Bitcoin right now. But I kind of, at this point, if we don't continue to go down and break and we hold the support at 43.8, well, and we look like we want to turn around, well, we're going to have to break this neckline again, number one. Number two, we got to contend with the 200-day moving average, right? But we might be able to see like a nice jump to here to possibly 52, but I really do not see it was going past 52. Just my personal opinion. I could totally be wrong, but I don't think I am. But let's see what happens first, because really it's going to have to hold this, because we've all seen these pennants, right? They'll break out, fake out, get shut down, come back in the pennant, and then fail and keep coming down, right? At some point, I do expect that. But maybe not in this pennant, but I do expect a failure of Bitcoin and us to drop much, much further. Not saying it's going to happen for sure, but I really think it's going to. So let's actually let's take a look at some setups that were in the Telegram previously, and then we can look at some laggers, and we can actually look at anything y'all want to too. Just let me know, and we'll chart it up and see what it's looking like. So if you guys have anything at all in there, please feel free to just shoot it out there and let me know. Actually, we'll start here, because this one's not quite there yet, but it's got to contend with this 50-day moving average. You see it's struggling already. At some point it could, right? It is above the 236 though, so that's a good sign. We have the 8 trying to cross up through the 21, so that's great. We got it it's barely above 50 here on the RSI. It's trying to break. We got the Fisher moving in upward trajectory, so that's great too. But we needed to get over this 50-day moving average, in my opinion. Actually, this is a weekly chart too on top of it. I want to go to the daily, sorry. Yeah, see, the daily is looking great. Look at that. Wow, nice. That is a beautiful rounded bottom on the daily. So, and right here, boom, it touched the profit taking line right now. Remember, we are going to see the pivots move here in the next couple of days. So things are going to change just a little bit. Probably the pivot will probably end up being like right around here, maybe here, potentially. But let's hold on before we don't want to count our chickens before they hatch. So yeah, but obviously this thing has to see some kind of bounce, right? Because geez, since November of 2021 it's just been a non-stop downtrend, right? So we definitely want to see a bounce, because bounces are healthy. Doesn't mean that things are we're shifting into a bull market by any means, but bounces are normal and healthy. So let's see what happens. And obviously right here, boom, you see the Fisher. The Fisher is going out of control. Yeah, it's already at like 6.5. Jeez. Yeah, so, and your RSI, jeez, yeah, your RSI is at like 78. So, but I've seen them run hot. I've seen them run really hot. So I'm not saying that it's totally impossible for it to keep going, because it totally could, right? But yeah, we got to contend with this 200-day moving average if we can do that. But it's getting too far away from that 8. So yeah, let's see what happens. Our Fisher's getting hot too, so it's going to see a cool down. It's going to see a little bit of a pullback, in my opinion. But hey, it's healthy. It's not like things can just go up in a straight line, guys. Just like things don't clearly go down in a straight line either. So, but yeah, so this is one that we want to keep our eyes on because there is some potential targets above. Let's see how far this thing can go. But remember, Bitcoin plays a big role in this as well. So we previously talked about PYR. PYR actually lost the 786. Not good. That really sucks. But I don't think it's the end of the world because look, it's got a check and it makes sense. And look, it got rejected in these areas, so it's just got to check down, check in, say hello, so it can keep going. Then we're about to get the 8 and the 100-day moving average crossing up. So obviously that creates price action, right? It did hit R1, so I look for the pivot to probably be right around in here in this range for the next set of pivots, but let's see what happens. Nothing is for sure. Like, share, subscribe. Wisdom is the right use of knowledge, and that's what Viking is showing us. Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to help you guys, and then, you know, we're here to make life-changing money, right? And this is all possible this way. This is totally possible, 100%. Anybody can do it. Literally anybody. It doesn't matter. So if you think that you might not be smart enough to do it, well, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure you can do it. So let's look at EOS. EOS right here, it's having a hard time, but it is above it's far away from the 8. It's getting rejected right here at the 21-day moving average, but it still is above the 382, right? But still not kind of sold on this one yet, and we're below the 50 line, so not looking so good. I do want to, we talked about these, talked about this one specifically, LOCG. LOCG had a nice rip. As you can see right now, it is currently just trying to get through here, right? This is a weekly chart too on top of it, so let's go back to the daily. Yeah, right here on the daily, this thing popped really nice. We're still not done in my opinion, but look where the 8-day moving average is, all the way down here, so we're gonna have to check down at some point. That's pretty normal. Now what I do want to see, look, this is almost kind of like Tron, but this one's a little bit further behind Tron, in my opinion, because you got the 8-day moving average here instead of right up on that 100, getting ready to cross up through it. So, yeah. But you see how as soon as it got above that 100, the price, or the 200 acted like a magnet, and it just shot straight to the 200, got a nice wick. If you would have sold this, if you would have just had this one daily candle here, let's just say you would have bought, let's just say right here at the pivot, right? Because we like to buy at least above the pivot and the 8 and things like that. So if you would have been able to sell that, that was 161% gains. It's nothing about an eye, guys. That's good. That's good stuff. So always glad to see that. Another one we had was Flame. Flame was doing pretty well. Seen a nice little run, but it still has more room to go. But as you can see, it's struggling to break that 50, right? Struggling to break that 50, just like a lot of other things. But hey, let's see what happens. Let's see if Bitcoin can continue to give us at least a couple more solid weeks, and where we're going to go to. But yeah, see, it's right here at the 382 right now. Check the 8, sure. So this one potentially right here, you're looking at the 786, 886 area. If it breaks that 100, well, we could go some more. Not saying it's going to happen for sure, but we have to break this current level right here at the 50 first. If we can't break this, we're not going to go any further, guys. It's going to just get rejected and come back down. But it could take another stab at it. Not saying that these things are set in stone, but these are things to watch out for because these are very critical and crucial levels. But let's just say, hypothetically, it did break. Okay, it did break, and then it broke the 50-day moving average, right? And you were like, okay, well, I'll just to be safe, I'm going to set it either right below the 100 or right at the 100-day moving average. I'll set my sell, right? That's a 95% gain. That's good. That's good stuff. So nothing to bat an eye on. Something we have looking pretty good right now, but also in a similar situation, also getting stopped at the 100-day moving average. Not surprised. And you see this all over the place, guys. You see this all over the place. If we can break this 100, though, we got room to run up to the 200, which is 1272. It's approximately like 30% gains. Not bad by any stretch of the imagination, right? But yeah, still great. Still great. So another one is Fear. It's doing the same thing. Fear is doing the same exact thing, guys. Fear, it's trying to break that 100. And then it's going to act, the price action is going to act like a magnet to the 200. And then look here, the 200 is right at the 50 line. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, that's just good news all the way around. So now, obviously a lot of things are pulling back, right? Like I said, because of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is kind of pulling back a little bit. Let's see how far it goes. I think, personally, at the lowest, it's probably going to hit like 43.8. I could be wrong. It might not even hit here if this level breaks. If this level breaks, you're looking at 43.8. If not, then you're going to go back up. And we're going to hopefully have at least another good week before things really come down a lot. But, yeah. There's a lot of good stuff on the table, guys. Do you guys want me to look at anything out there? I know a lot of you guys like XRP and stuff like that, so kind of curious. You know what? Let's look. You know what? Let's look at this because we put this in the chat, right? And look, guys, look, straight to the 1414. Boom. It got above the 200 on the daily, right? As soon as it got above the 200 on the daily, boom, it was gone. See ya. This thing was out of here. So this could be very interesting. And I'd really like to see what's going to happen over the next week because if you look here, you got the 50-day moving average and the 200 here. You know, could get a potential golden cross, right? But we're going to have to check down. Look. The 8-day moving average is all the way down here, like 12 cents. And the price action is above the Bollinger Bands. It's going to have to correct. That's just the way it goes, guys. So, definitely going to have to correct. So, even if it did not, you know, come back, your top profit-taking line right here would be like 28 cents, okay? But it's going to have to come back. It's going to have to check. It's going to have to check. But let's see what happens. It could be a wick. Could be a wick that checks it, and it just keeps on riding out. But this was a great performer. Did really well this week. We posted it in the Telegram. So congratulations to everybody that did take the trade. And if you did not, don't worry. There's going to be more. There's always going to be opportunities, guys. So don't beat yourself up over missing an opportunity or two because let's face it, guys, there's so many different cryptocurrencies. It's hard to nail them all down, right? So this was another one. There's some other ones too. I could go back through the Telegram, but I'm really not. I really would like to chart for some stuff for you guys to kind of see what you guys are holding and potentially what trades you guys are in right now. I'm actually going to pull up some stuff. Look at this, guys. Again, STMX. Boom. Doing it. hit the 200. It's getting a little away from the 200. Pivots are going to shift, so this could be interesting. As you can see, you got heavy resistance right up in here. Let's, you know what? It's been a while since I charted this guy, so let's pull a fib on it and see where we're at on the fibs at. See right here, we're above the 50. Can we hold it? Well, that's a different story. Let's find out. It would be really cool to see, but let's see if it happens. But again, right here, 786, 886, those are where I'm really looking at. Could it go higher? Yes, but we have to take this stuff level by level, guys. We can't get ahead of ourselves, because when we get ahead of ourselves, that's when things get out of hand, right? And we're here to make money, not lose money. So, yeah. So potentially right here, we're gonna have to check down here. Maybe even the pivot might end up coming in around here. Not saying it's going to for sure, but it's a possibility, right? So let's see what happens. There's still some potential profits on the table for this guy. Let's just say it came back down, checked, just to the 786, right? You're still looking at a 45% gain. That's not bad, guys. That's great. This is a bear market, in my opinion. Not saying it's a full-on blown bear market, but I do believe it is. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. And I've showed, if you guys watch any of my TA videos, I've explained to you why I believe that we're in a bear market and why we will continue to be in a bear market for a little while now. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting things on the table. Let's see what else we can. Let's just see what this is doing. Same thing, guys. It's struggling at the 100. I don't even have to chart this. Like this, it's just struggling the 100 right now. Not looking bad. Not looking bad at all. Things just need a healthy pullback. Let's see. Oh, look, struggling at the 100. I'm telling you guys, this stuff works. Works great. Oh, look at this. Here's something a little different we haven't seen yet. Well, we have seen it, actually. We've seen it on Crow. But you got the 8-day moving average crossing up through the 200 and the 100. And what is it doing? It's causing price action. So this could be really interesting. What's this back from November? Let's pull it. Let's pull it. Let's pull the fib. We'll even pull it from the wick. I don't. Should be just fine. Yeah. Just starting to knock on the 382's door, which is fine. We are above the 236, which that's actually the reversal point. So that's great news. But we gotta bust this right here. Bust up through the 382, then we can potentially get up in this range, right? First, we got to get past this 50 line too. That's another point of could be a point of failure, right? But even just from here to the 50 line, you are looking at 28% gains, 29% gains. Not bad at all. So. Just take things level by level, guys. Always remember, set your stop losses. Always remember to take your profits. Put your money in your pocket. Spread the word, fam. Let's make this channel grow. That's what I'm saying. Let's make this channel grow. Because, guys, listen, I'm giving you real world, like knowledge, right? And I'm giving you, like, things that you can implement in your life to essentially be financially free, right? And there's not a lot of people out there that can really say that, unfortunately. But the fact of the matter is, anybody can do this stuff. Anybody can do it. They just have to put in the time, the work, the perseverance to make it happen, right? I remember when I was really learning this craft a lot, I put in a lot of hours every day to make charts and see how things were going. So, and it's evolved into this. I started to learn how to trade in the bear market of I think like mid 2019, somewhere around there. That's where I first kind of started dabbling a little bit, and then I really got serious in 2020, a little more serious, and then even more serious. Well, I was really serious in 2020, but you know, I kind of was progressing all the way through 2021 and things like that. So, there's a lot of money to be made, guys. There's a lot of money on the table. There's a lot of things we can do. Let's just look at this. Whew, this looks like, this looks terrible. Look at this thing. Just straight down. Not even caring. And it looks like it's going to keep going down because look, the Bollinger Bands are expanding to the downside. Man, that is terrible. I don't even want to look at that. So, right here, struggling at the 100. Again, guys, it's same stuff across the board. Same stuff across the board. We're struggling at the 100. We break the 100, we see more price action. So, that's perfectly fine. Let's look at ZEC, Zcash, right? Zcash, these guys are a little bit ahead of everything else. But as you see, Zcash had a nice run. Had a really nice run. So let's just say you would have bought the pivot, right? If you would have bought the pivot. Waited for that confirmation. Got in. Boom. 78% gains. That's great, guys. Especially on a large cap coin. Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Let's keep going down. Here you go. So, Keeper. It's struggling at the 50. So, if you guys see this, we got ones that are struggling at the 50, and we got ones that are struggling at the 100-day moving average, right? So, it's pretty common right now to see all this. This one, again, struggling at the 50. So, it's further behind all these other ones. So, yeah. But is there anything y'all want me to chart? Anything that you guys want me to take a look at? Here we go. Vibe. Look at this. This thing is just going sideways like nobody's business. Huh. Yeah. Struggling at the 50, actually, if you look. But look, look at this chop. Chop. Yeah, not good. Let's look at this. Oh, look. It's struggling, but it's trying. Axie Infinity trying to break the 100. It's trying. But if it breaks, it's going to act like a magnet. Price is going to go up here. But we're just, you know, checking key levels here. Checking key levels. You got your pivot all the way down here. Pivots are going to move here in the next couple of days. Does anybody at all want to see anything? Does anybody want me to chart anything? If you do, I will be more than happy to do so. And look at this. This thing. Whew, this is a whole nother story. Listen, I know there's a lot of XRP fans out there, and I understand, but damn, this thing. This thing's looking rough, guys. It's looking rough, but it's okay. Clear rejection at the 200, pretty normal. Could it break possibly above it again? Absolutely, right? It's trying to reclaim that 21-day moving average on the daily. Let's see what happens. Again, I haven't even charted this thing in a long time. Let's pull a little fib on it. Let's pull it from November. It's where I'm pulling a lot of other ones from. Which ironically was the top technically for Bitcoin, right? November. Again, it's above the 236. It's above the 382. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Because it still could totally do something. That's for sure. I know there's a lot of people that are fans out there of XRP, but see here, right here, the 50, The 50 line, it was a clear rejection. Clear rejection. Hey, what's up, T-Cash? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I'll actually chart strong here in just a second, Dustin. I will definitely do that for you. And, but yeah, clear rejection at the 50 line. Let's see if it bounces right off the 382. Let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. But, yeah, clear rejection at the 200 and the 50. Ooh, that hurts. It did actually stay above the 50, though, trying to reclaim the 21-day moving average. Let's see what happens. It's still up. Look at that, guys. It's retesting the 50 on the RSI, so could be interesting. Could bounce, right? Let's get into strong, though. Let's get into strong. Okay, so strong. Okay. Ooh. To me, this doesn't look good at all. And I'm not saying that it's not going to ever do anything, because at some point, I believe it will. But man, it looks pretty damn ugly right now. Looks pretty ugly. We did get a lower, technically a lower low here on candle closes. Not on a wick though, but on a candle close, right? Because the wick is a little bit lower. Yeah, gotta break this 236. If we can reclaim like 168, we'd be looking a lot better. But hey, we're below fucking S2. Sorry for the cussing, but wow, that was pretty crazy. I just seen that. Below S2. S3 is chilling at $40. Not saying it's gonna go there, because I sure hope it does not. But could it? It could, but let's hope not, right? Let's hope not. Let's see, strong wait till summer. Guys, watch out for strong chain releasing soon. Big news. Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. I mean, this thing though right now doesn't look so hot. It doesn't look like a lot of our other charts, but typically strong likes to do the opposite, right? Damn. We broke that. Well, we're hanging on by a thread of this major support. If this major support breaks all the way here, it's coming down, and probably gonna come down to right here at like the $70-$75 range, it looks like. Hopefully this is the start of a rounded bottom, I hope, but hey, let's see. Let's see what happens. But you got the 200-day moving average all the way up here. And look, guys, right above the 786. At some point, this thing has to bounce. But I don't know when. I can't really tell you when, but at some point, it definitely has to bounce. We got 15 minutes left. Actually, you know what? No, we're going to go a few minutes over, because I think I started at like 7:10, something like that. Yeah, I hope we hold. Hey, I hope it holds, man. I really do. I hope it holds big time. Let's go back and look at oh yeah, look. So I like to see stuff like this, but then this would be the last point right here, right? Like this range right here, but look, it's back testing this area of back on May 2021. So it's back testing May, right before it broke out and had that nice run. If we can hold, awesome. If we can't, well, we're going to come down to here, and it's going to back test this area, which is what I have marked right here, $72.40, roughly, you know, going to be a give and take window there. But that's, I believe, could be the absolute bottom, but we got to take it level by level, guys. That's how we got to work. That's how this works. So, yeah, looking like a nasty chart. But if you guys look, I'll show you guys something. So, and you guys will learn all this stuff in the Patreon. I have a lot of trading videos you guys can watch and things like that. And I'm going to be starting to make more as we add and onboard more people into the Patreon group. I'll have more time to dedicate to teach you guys what you need to know for the bear market and the bull market, right? But look at this, right? So first thing I look, as you zoom out on this chart, shoulder, head, shoulder. When you see a head and shoulders, that's a bearish pattern, and then look, bam. She got smoked. So if you've seen this pattern coming, you're probably like, oh yeah, you know. And then look here, like a prime example, right, guys? Like I said, nothing goes down forever, right? A big downtrend, right? Just down, 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 down. We had some bounces here and there, right? Of course. But then, boom, it reversed right here. Seen, boom, got rejected, and then boom, came down. So let's see what happens. I'd really like to see strong recover for sure, but let's see what happens, guys. I think long term it'll be okay, just like a lot of things, but there's going to be a lot of things that go away too, guys. In my opinion, there's going to be a lot of things that go away. Shit, you know what? I forgot to put my Patreon in the description, but that's okay. If you guys actually, you know what? I think I took it out of there too. I will, after this live stream, I will post my Patreon and the YoTeach Telegram in the description. So you guys can join whatever. Like I said, I do post free setups in there and everything, and I do try to help people when I can. But as we start onboarding more people to the Patreon, it will be a lot more Patreon based, because I want to try to get everybody up to speed with the market conditions and what we could be expecting and what we could see, right? But before anything does happen, we will see it on the charts. So it's, you know, it's not like we're not going to see it. So a lot of profits this week, though, guys. It was a good week. There was it was a really good week for a lot of different things. As you can see, my watch list is huge. So I'm always trying to scan the markets and see. So, and also I did want to show you guys this. Look, bam, pullback. We talked about this last live stream too. The S&P 500 index, it pulled back, and then later Bitcoin pulled back. They're kind of correlated a little bit, in my opinion. Always kind of thought that, but this was healthy. This was a healthy pullback, but it's gonna have to reclaim the 618. It's gonna have to. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we can reclaim it. Obviously, you see it was heavy resistance right up in here, and just happens to be where the 786 was, right? It got choked out. So let's see, guys. Let's see what happens. We could totally break it. And look, this is the neckline. Technically, I guess you could say cup and handle. Maybe. Let's see what happens, though. Not saying it's gonna happen, but it is a potential. Is there anything else you guys want me to chart? I know a lot of people like looking at the dollar too. Whoops, I hate when that happens. Clearly the dollar just, boom, lost it, failed. We did get a new set of pivots, but look, the dollar is actually above the pivot right now. So let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens. I do want to thank everybody for coming out. Like I said, I'm going to be on here for like another 9-10 minutes, unless, you know, you guys end up keeping me busy with charting things. But I did want to come on here, kind of chat it up with you guys, show you some things, maybe show you some things to expect potentially. So yeah, pretty funny how that works though, right? It'd be healthy to see a retest here, though. I will say that it'd be healthy to see a retest of this, but let's see if it happens. It may or may not. Posted this one too, and bam, look. It broke the 236. That's great, but it failed to pivot. And it got rejected 1, 2, 3, 4 times on the 200-day moving average. Now this is one that has come really far away. So it's sitting a lot different. Actually, I do want to look at FTM. Let's look at FTM. FTM struggling to break that 50, right? Struggling to break that 50-day moving average. You got the 100 and the 200, like pretty. They're so close. They're so close right here. It breaks this 50, it's going to go straight here, right? But your pivot's all the way up here. I don't even know if this. It's probably. Let's find out. Let's pull a. Yeah, look, this is another one that's so far up there, kind of like Matic, just kind of floating in outer space, just kind of hanging out. Let's see. Yeah, it's just above that 236. Can it hold it? I don't know. Let's see, guys. I mean, it's really struggling with this 50. But if we break the 50, we got more room to go, for sure. So let's just say we broke the 50 and we closed on the 382. And let's just say it did run to the 200 and the 100. That's a 20% gain. That's not bad. Listen, bear market, you got to take what you can get. 10, 20, 30, 40%. And even larger ones like what I just like was ZIL, Flame, LockG, all those. IoTeX was another one. It had a really nice, it had a pretty decent pop. You know, we've seen a double bottom. It's struggling with this 200. It breaks the 200. Well, now we can talk more once it breaks this 200 and actually gets a nice close there. But it is above the 236, so I did post it. Let everybody know. Be careful. Set your stops. Blah 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 blah. Right? Because all that stuff's important. The biggest thing with trading is really just having a solid risk management plan. As long as you have very good risk management, you're going to make a lot of money. Just period. You're going to make a lot of money. And if you put in the time to, you know, do a lot of charting, practice, because practice makes perfect, right? Let's look at here. Look, PDEX, right? Potential inverse head and shoulders. It tried to break the 50, got above it, couldn't really stay above it, and it failed. It failed the 50. Your pivot is all the way up here at the 382, which is like $6.57. If we could reclaim that pivot and then, you know, potentially get up here to the 50, let's see what happens. But look, let's just kind of take a peek here. Yeah, lower lows all over the place, guys. Lower lows. So not looking too promising for PDEX. There's a lot of stuff in here. Theta was another one. It broke. Oh, here we go. See, Theta is a prime example of another one that broke the 100. It is currently sitting at R1. This could end up potentially being the pivot. Prime example. Look, I was charting this a long time ago. Had a pennant here. Faked out. It broke out. Got a fake out. Little bull trap here. Came back in and failed. Came down, and it's just been boom, boom, down the rest of the way, right? You could totally see this coming though, because if you drew a trend line, boom, that's where the trend broke. So it's not like, you know, you couldn't see this stuff coming, because you totally could, right? But I'm going to erase everything. We're going to start fresh on this chart, and we're going to pull a fib to kind of see what we could possibly expect. This will probably be my last one, unless you all got anything else that you would like to bring up. So yeah, look, we're right here at the 50. Could it go? Can it go more? I don't know. We're like literally dead nose right on the 50 right now. Let's see what happens. You have the 200 price, 200 day moving average literally coming down. It might try to smother this thing for a little bit. And this could be it. It could check right here and then maybe try to take another stab. Or it could just completely fail. But let's see what happens. I'm not, but I mean, look, again. So if you're looking rounded bottom right here, right? Rounded bottom. Or you could say double bottom, right? And then boom, it bounced. Now it's got to break this neckline. If it can break the neckline, we're going to get more price action for sure. But we have to get there first. And then look, the Fisher. The Fisher. I love the Fisher indicator. Let's see. All right. So I think that's going to conclude today's stream. Yeah, no problem, Dustin. No problem. I actually really enjoy doing this stuff anyway. So I really enjoy, because all this stuff just makes so much sense, guys. When I first started out in cryptocurrency, I literally just bought every single week, bought crypto every week, right? And I never did anything with it. And I just watched my portfolio just week after week go down, because I bought literally at the worst time. Not the worst time. Let's not say the worst, right? But I bought late 2018, and it was very discouraging. As you're putting more money in, you're just slowly seeing your assets depreciate, right? And especially in one specific asset that I won't name, because I'll probably get a lot of hate for it, but that's okay. But yeah, I just kept buying this asset, and listening. I was like, oh yeah, you finding all this stuff, and you're like, oh yeah, there's no way this thing's got to do something, right? And turns out this thing ended up being pretty much like the biggest disappointment of the whole entire bull run. Thank God I did not hold it the whole entire bull run, but this is exactly why I started doing this, because I got impatient, and I wanted to make money. And guess what? I made my money like hundreds of times over of my original investment, right? And it was great. So, in my opinion, it's great to have a hold bag for long term, but it's also great to have a trade bag too, for those impatient times and times where you're like, oh, if I bought this right now, I know I could double my money, right? In like a few days or a week or whatever, right? And then let's just say you doubled your money, you split that in half, and then you took 50% of that, put it towards your long bags, and put that other 50% towards your trading bag. Well, guess what? You keep increasing both at a healthy rate, and you're still making money. But hey, there's a lot of different stuff. So let's see what happens. I do appreciate everybody coming out though. It's been roughly an hour. We didn't get a lot of people today, but that's okay. I do expect it's going to take a little bit of time to grow this thing, but hey, that's okay. I am going to start doing live streams from now on instead of like a lot of videos and things like that, because I actually like the live streams, I think, a little better, and maybe you guys will too. But please make sure you look down below. You'll see my Twitter handle, which is Golden Future. YouTube channel, subscribe to that, Yo Teach. And if y'all really want to get learning and start watching some videos and get up to speed on things, go join the Patreon. Link is right there at the bottom of the screen. Patreon.com/Yo Teach. Also, I do also want to say something else too. I am going to put a link in the comments. It's a GoFundMe link. I would really appreciate it if you would go support the fam on the channel. Dustin's been struggling with a lot of different things, and he's helped a lot of different community members out in cryptocurrency. So I would really like to see people help out It'd be very greatly appreciated. And yeah, so with that being said, I hope you guys have a good night. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.